So, have you always wanted to be on top of managing your time, but you have no idea what's going on? You're missing appointments, you're double booking yourself, you have no idea when you're supposed to be where. Let's put an end to that today, okay? So, hello and welcome to Work Right Planner. Here we discuss all things planning and productivity while documenting my journey into the sticker shop arena. My name is Erica and I'm so glad that you're here. So today we're going to talk about where we even begin when it comes to planning. We're going to provide you with the basic roadmap to get you started. Today we're going to focus on written planning on just a calendar. So let's jump in it. What you're going to need to start everything off is going to be writing utensils. Personally, I started with a pencil, and I'm not really sure why I prefer mechanical pencils. I think it has to do something with the social anxiety of having to walk to the pencil sharpener at school. I don't know, but I would prefer a pencil. That way, if you need to erase something, you can. But if you're not a pencil person, pick you out an ink pen. But as you're picking something out, you want to make sure that it's going to write well on the paper that you choose in the planner of your choice. So I prefer really fine tipped ink pens. This is a Staedtler Triplus Fineliner. I really like it. This is what I spent my Christmas money on this year. I'm loving it. It dries well, doesn't bleed. Perfect pen. What I was using before that was a Papermate Flare, and I really like those, but this is the ultra fine. That's what that UF is. It is also, I don't know if that'll focus very well, but it is also very fine tipped. And then of course there are Uniball Sinos. The problem with gel pens is that a lot of times they don't soak into the paper right away, so you have to be very careful. You can blot them, but sometimes it'll leave dots, and occasionally when you close your planner you're going to reopen it to find ink on the other side. So just be very careful if you choose a gel pen, but choose the writing utensil of your preference. And then you're going to need some type of calendar. I have a whole video kind of going through these, talking about the differences. You can check that out up in the cards. For today's purposes, we're going to start out with this bad boy, because if you're just starting out, you don't know if you're going to stick with planning. You don't necessarily want to drop $20, $30, $40, $50 or more on a real nice planner. You want to start with something simple. This planner was available at the Dollar General store for 50 cents. And when I went to check out, it was 15 cents, y'all. 15 cents. So this is not a bad investment to get you started. It's going to fit into your purse perfectly. And you can put all of the important things on this spread. So, where are we going to start? Just the basics. I have a freebie that is going to walk you through what types of things you can put inside your planner. There will be a link to that in my description box below if that's something that you struggle with as far as knowing where to begin. But for the purposes of this video, what I would start with would be whatever my routines are. So we're not going to start with December because that's just a crazy month for everybody. So we're just going to flip over here to September, and we're going to pretend it's September. Let's say you've got a job that works you 8 to 4 every day. So, or Monday through Friday. So you could start out, say we're doing this week, Labor Day is a holiday, you're off work. So you could put the word off. And then the rest of the week, you put in 8 to 4. Okay? The purpose of putting this type of thing in is so that if you go to schedule a doctor's appointment or something, you can already see it needs to be after 4 o'clock. Or if they need to schedule it before that, you've already got something there that you might have to reschedule or ask off for. The other thing that I would put in here would be appointments. So let's take, for instance, right before the holiday, you know you're going to have a big family get together, you take the dog to be groomed. So you can say dog groom, 7:30 a.m. And that way you know before work that day you've got to take the dog to the groomer. Other things that you can put in here are birthdays, anniversaries, any sort of special day that you might need to keep track of. And then I used to put maintenance reminders. So let's say that an oil change is needed. You just write in oil change needed. And that way, whenever you're looking at your calendar, you know, I need to schedule an oil change. It's really that simple. And this monthly view is going to give you something to reference so that if you're planning things several months out, like my son used to have to go see a specialist and we would schedule that appointment 6 months in advance. So let me flip back here. So let's say it's September right now. I could go ahead and put that date on here, ask for it off, and then when March finally rolls around and I've probably forgotten that I've got something on that day, I have my reminder. And in the meantime, I don't schedule anything else during that time. So, what do you stand to gain by doing this? Timeliness, because you know when and where you're supposed to be. You're going to have a feeling of accomplishment. If you're that person that all of your friends are banking on you being the last one so that they're not the last one, and all of a sudden you've got your time management under control, you're going to feel accomplished. Okay? And it will give you an illusion of control. None of us really have control, but for those of us that's important, it'll give you the warm and fuzzies. Okay? So, writing utensil, some type of monthly calendar. It can be a wall calendar. I prefer for beginners that they have a pocket calendar because it can travel with you. But that's really all that you need. And then as things come up, you just add them in there. It's really that simple. And again, if you like this type of content, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you need some ideas for what to put in here, go ahead and download that freebie. The link is in the description box below. And my question of the day is, what do you think your biggest planning pitfall is? What's the biggest challenge? Go ahead and leave that in the comment box, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye.